Hey guys, wanted to sit down real quick and have a quick conversation with you. Just something that I've been thinking about a little bit. And what that thing is time. So often I hear individuals talk about, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. There's only so much time in a day. Every excuse in the book to not really take any real action, okay? But how much of that time that you don't have is really just wasted time, right? I think a lot of times people don't schedule their life out the way that they should. I'm a big advocate of scheduling things. I schedule everything, all right? And so I live by that schedule. It's important to me. Now, some may argue and they may say, well, yeah, man, but don't you feel restricted? You're tethered to this particular schedule that you gotta live your life by. Isn't that prison made of time? No, it's actually freedom, because I have the availability and the agency to be able to make that schedule how I want it to be. Now, sure, okay, fair enough. There's certain things that I have to do at certain times and whatnot because it's in part reliant on other people's schedules. But by and large, the schedule I make is my own. And I know the things that have to be done throughout the course of the day. I've got a lot of things going on between modern flirting, being, having a relationship, going out, doing boot camps, just, all the coaching responsibilities that all that entails, real estate, hanging out, chilling with friends and whatnot. There's a lot of things out there that I have to do, and work out, that's another one. The thing is, I often get asked, how do you get it all done? How do you do it all? Well, I'm not gonna say it's simple, but the answer is simple. I schedule everything, and I'm very cognizant about cutting the fat. What doesn't make sense that I'm doing, from a time perspective. The old adage, time is money. That's true, like for instance, if I know that I can eliminate something from my schedule because where it seems like I'm saving money, I'm actually losing money. If you know what your time is worth, then it's easier to go ahead and carve out different things out of your life that are time absorbent. You know what I mean? A good example of that would be this. I don't cut my own lawn, all right? Now, I could cut my own lawn, right? I have the availability to do that. I have 2 legs, 2 arms. I can push a lawnmower, and some people actually would look down on me because I don't cut my own grass. All right, oh, that's lazy, sort of I'm looking for. Perfectly healthy guy. What, you can't cut your own grass? Well, sure, I can cut it, but here's the thing. The guy that cuts my grass costs me about $30. By the time it's all said and done, it's gonna take me about an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. By the time I, get ready to go cut the grass, actually cutting the grass, then coming back in, taking a shower and all that, I'm sweaty and got grass all over me, and that whole process is about 2 hours. And so I'm saving myself $30 if I do it, but the reality is I'm actually losing $70, because if I'm worth $100 an hour, and actually I'm losing more than that, if it's 2 hours, I'm losing $170 to save $30. So, because in that 2 hours, I could be doing something else, right? So I'm cutting the fat to open up more time for myself. And that kind of thing, that kind of strategy can be used across the board. It could be, having a house, Molly maid, house cleaning service, whatever, come through once every week to take care of your house. Meal prep. There's all kinds of examples of ways that you can free up more time for yourself. Then that time or lack thereof isn't an excuse anymore. You would now have the time to invest into yourself, to go out, make things happen. If it's on a dating front, now you have the time to go out and start talking to people, start approaching. A lot of times I think that that's just an excuse. How often do you find yourself just aimlessly scrolling through social media? Before you know it, a half hour went by. You add that up, man. You do that once a day. At the end of the week, how much time did you lose? 7 times a half hour? Half hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5, 3.5 hours that you've lost. You could have taken that 3.5 hours and put that into going out and approaching. going out on a date, learning a new skill, finding out about investing, reading, whatever. You could have used that time more wisely. And that's only if it's 30 minutes. What if you spent an hour also watching TV or playing a video game? Now that's an hour and a half a day gone, right? So all that time is gonna add up, man. Seconds turn into minutes, minutes turn into hours, hours turn into days, days turn into weeks, into months, into years. How much time are you going to just let slip through your fingers? I'm gonna leave you with something that's maybe a little morbid, depending on how you look at it. If you're the average guy watching this channel, you're probably around 25 years old, all right? Now, as of right now, the average man in the United States lives to be about 75, something like that. That means you got 50 calendars left, okay? If, hopefully, man, I hope you live forever, bro. But, at a certain point in time, we're all gonna die, okay? And so 50 calendars, how many months is that? Well, again, math, 620, I believe, months. How quick does a month go by, man? I mean, it just seems like yesterday the summer just started to me, and now here we are into August, or almost August anyway, as I record this. When you see this, it might be August, so the summer's almost over. Seems like it just started. Those months fly by, man, and if you let that time slip through your fingers, do you want to be one day on your deathbed wishing you had more time, wishing you would have did this, having regret because you could have taken more action, wishing that you would have made your life more textured and full? And I get it, at 25, that seems like a forever way off and you feel invincible. Man, I was 25 20 years ago, and it seems like it was yesterday, bro. It really does. You know what I mean? And so look, start taking advantage of the time that you have that's available to you instead of just piddling it away and then saying you don't have time. You do have time. It's just how are you going to choose to use that time? That's what it boils down to. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one.